Welcome to your channel Rayofhope, and this is going to be a second class for SQL injection series, right? We already talked about several types of SQL injection, right? Where union, error, blind boolean, time based. We did talk about inbound, outbound, and any other two as well. Over here, we will be following get method and post method for our preview for upcoming 4 videos. Then we will be moving towards our inbound, outbound, second order, and blind boolean action, right? Okay, but even before we go ahead and talk about this in detail, first we need to understand this. What is union and how we can identify if this website has union injection available or not, if we can perform union injection over there or not. The basic fundamental to recognize if the website has union injection or not is to identify the projection point. Okay, just a moment. So, union injections, yeah. The index, yeah. Injections. Okay. Now, project feeders message. Understand this right now. If the website is showing like if it is projecting, right, that means you can perform union injection over there. But instead of projecting, if it is showing an error, still you can perform union injection over there. But if it is not showing an error but showing just projection point, still you can perform union injection over there. But if it is not showing any projection point but it is showing error message, that means you can perform error injection attack over there. If the website neither showing error, not even projecting point, but it is getting blank, right? Till over there you can perform what kind of injection? Blind Boolean injection. But if the website is not even showing projection points, not even what we call it error message, and not even it is getting blank, over there we can perform blind time based injection. Understand this. This is very basic. This is how you will recognize or if you're gonna perform what kind of injection on a website. This is the very first method to go ahead and actually implement and recognize identification actually, right? Once you identify that this is the methodology that you're gonna use, the next step would become easy, right? Okay. So basically we will be covering this union injection attack today, practically, right? Okay. So there's a website, and first thank you. We are now 600 plus subscriber on our YouTube channel, right? Okay. So for this, I'm gonna use test PHP, right? Okay. So I'll go to browse category, posters. Okay. you can see that I have found the parameter actually, right? So what I'm gonna do basically, first I would need to make you understand, right? That this is what I have right now. Okay, understand this. Okay. So what I'm gonna do first, it should be like 40. Okay. This, and I'm gonna remove this. So the first, we identify that this URL has the parameter, right? So what we just talk about projection point. So if uh if we change it like this, one second. So if we change it, right, like 1 to 2, if it is projecting, means we can perform union injection over it, right? But could be that if we can also see if it is throwing an error, if it throws an error, still we can perform union over there, right? So we stand this. But if we just got to know that there is a error, right, and it is showing a projection point as well, right? So what would be the next step is to balance the equation, right? So what I'm gonna do, we did talk about this in our previous video, that we need to, over here there's multiple possibilities. You can do single quote, hyphen plus, double quote space, hyphen plus. We are just trying to know what is the developer written code and which will balance the equation, right? So let's go ahead with single quote, hyphen plus. So what we just did, we tried to know that if this is balancing the equation or not. Suppose it is balancing the equation, right? So what we're gonna do, right? So what we're gonna do right now, first we just did balancing, right? We are done with the balancing part, right? So okay, now we are done with the balancing. So what we will do, we now need to know what are the, how many columns are there, right? We did talk about some of the commands in SQL like where, order by, having, and all the things, right? Basically in this union injection, spaces between single dot and hyphen plays a vital role actually. So what I'm gonna do, like order by hyphen plus. So what it will do, I mean order by 1, 2, 3, we will try to know that how many columns are there. We can just pick like up to 1 to 1 lakh or no, whatsoever number, right? And this is how we will get to know the possible number of columns, right? Number of columns there in the table. Okay. database. Okay. B says, suppose I just know that now there are this much of what we say, this much of columns are there, right? Now B identified that this much of columns are there. So now I have to do I have to get the name of the database and all those things, right? So what I'm gonna do, again, this is what I'll be doing, like union over there, right? Like union select. If suppose there is like a 5 database, then I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hyphen plus. So again, so I just did this. This is a basic command to perform the union injection, right? But this is something we also need to be so sure that if we are like putting this, right, it will show nothing actually, right? Because when we have to make it a negative parameter actually, right, that should show the column number if there is an empty space actually. So what I'm gonna do, I'll just put like negative union select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus, right? Now it will show us that how many columns are there, right? How many columns are there? Basically, this will balance order by will give the number of columns, that there are 3 columns. But what are the columns reflecting? We can get to know using union select. Okay. Using order bar, we are getting how many columns are there. We got to know that there are 3 columns. But using union select, we can get to know that how many columns are reflecting. Okay. So now, what we can do, as we just see that these are the columns which are reflecting, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'll do like union select 1. So what I'm gonna do like this, I'll change the database. Then I'll just do like this, user version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1 second. Okay. So once we did it, right, it will now give us the output of the names, versions and user of the database. And we are done. If we perform this much and if we are able to get to know the name of the database, user, version info, we can perform for that tab. And the company will get to know about it. And they can give us a good bounty as well. So this is, I think, till now, if you would have any questions about this, feel free to ask me. I will be happy to help you actually. There are some basic actual which I just, I need you to have a clear understanding of concept, right? Because I'm going to demonstrate practically as well, but this is something you should always remember, right? This is one of the coolest method which I know that I learned, and that is what I'm telling you. So that's what it is, right? So when we go for this, nothing. So this is what it is, right? Now you must have got the understanding of it. Let's not waste our time and do some practical. We just talk about this website only, right? So for that, actually I'm gonna use this, my Firefox. You guys can also install this HackerWare Quantum. It will help you actually, right? It will save your time. Okay, first over here, what we just talk about that projecting means if we have to check if the website is projecting or not, right? So first I'm gonna load this. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'll change this to 2. Right. It is projecting, right? You can see the projection is there. Projection point is there, right? It is projecting, right? That means B can perform one. This is satisfying one need, right? So if we just go ahead and try to do this, like if we put intentionally slash to see if it is throwing an error or not. It did throw error, right? That means we can perform error-based injection as well. But if it is not throwing error, that doesn't mean that we could not perform union. We can perform union too. Okay. We just got to know that it is throwing an error and it has vulnerability. That means we can perform union injection over there. So what's the next step? The next step is to balance it, right? So what I'm gonna do right now, single quote, hyphen, plus. It should not throw an error, right? Okay. It did throw an error, right? So what I'm gonna do right now, we can go for double quote as well, right? Okay. Even on double quote, it throwed an error, right? So now we can try using without double quote, or we can use like single quote as well, and then this. They are possible method that we are just trying to know what is the developer written code, right? What is the developer written code, right? And once we get to know about it, like now it could be the developer might have written like this. No, even that is not there. Even that is not there actually. Okay. So what I am trying to do now, it could be that developer might have not using any single quote, double quote, or bracket. They might have used only spaces. So I'm going to do it like this. Will that work? Yeah, it did not throw any error, right? It did not throw any error actually. I have performed this attack, so it is throwing an error again. So now, what we have talked about, once we know that now this is how we balance it. So we balance the equation, right? We know the developer written code, they are not using any single quote, double quote, anything, right? So next time is to order by, right? So in between this, what I'm gonna do, order by 10, run. It is throwing, it is giving us output. That means there are 10 columns, right? So if I just go ahead and put like 12. No, now it is throwing an error, right? That means number 12 columns is not there in this database actually, in this website, right? So what I'm gonna do now, 11, to see if there are 11 columns or not. Okay, now we can find that there are 11 columns, right? So once we identify that how many columns are there, right? How many columns are there? What we're gonna use? Union select, right? To know what are the columns? What are the columns which are projecting, right? Which are the projecting? So what I'm gonna do now? I'll do this. Union select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right. So I just did it. You can see it did not search in 1 second. Okay. We got to know that these number 3 unit and on we are just, we should have showed just a number only, not a name of the database. Okay. Okay. We did not use this. Understand this. Now number 7, number 2 and number 3, right? Number 7, number 2 and number 3 are projecting. These are the 3 columns which are projecting. Again, I did talk about that we have to make it negative cat, right? If we were not providing over here negative, so we were not able to get the it was not reflecting, right? The moment we use negative cat, then we are able to get to know these are the columns which are reflecting. As we know that these are the columns which are reflecting, so we just know which are the column number 2, right? So what we have done, again, union select 1 as it is, 2 is reflecting, right? So we just change the name database, right? That's what we have done over in the database, right? Database 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6 as it is. 7 we have put like anything. We can just user, say user, right? User 8 as it is, 9 version, and 10 and 11 as it is, right? So if we just go ahead and run this command, what will happen? You can find out that we got to know the name of the host, name of the database, right? And their name as well. Version did we get? No, because it was not reflecting, right? As it was not reflecting, so I have to keep it as 9 only, right? And 1 second. 7, 8, 9, see. Okay, first let me see again what are the database which was visible to us. 7, 9. Okay, 7, 2, 3, right? 7, 2, and 3. Okay, 7, 2, and 3. So I'm gonna change 3 to version. Nine. Now see if it is showing the version name or not. You can see now, right? We got the version as well, right? This is SQL injection. This is version, this is user, and this is the database, right? This is union injection actually. So final command would be for this like so this would be in the final command, right? Okay. So if we are done with union injection, till now, do you have any questions? If yes, feel free to comment and I would be happy to help you. Do like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you so much for all of the support. We are almost like 6 plus 100. I hope to get 700 plus by end of this month. Thank you.